What's the secret to lasting wealth? It may lie in the quiet, disciplined approach of the Japanese. They don't chase trends. They build sustainable prosperity generation after generation. We'll reveal 7 of their most powerful financial habits that help them weather economic storms and preserve their fortunes. These are simple, time-tested principles you can apply without being an investment expert or radically changing your life. Habit 1. Live below your means. Don't spend everything you earn. In a world driven by consumerism, the Japanese embrace a powerful counter-philosophy, living below their means. This practice is not born from necessity, but from a deep-seated cultural value that prioritizes financial discipline over materialism. For the Japanese, true success is not measured by luxury cars or sprawling homes, but by robust savings, financial independence, and a secure future. This disciplined mindset has proven its resilience, allowing many families to navigate severe economic downturns like the 1991 financial crisis without succumbing to debt. This principle is becoming increasingly vital beyond Japan, particularly for middle-aged individuals in Western societies facing escalating living costs. At this stage of life, the crucial question shifts from "how much do you earn?" to "how much do you keep?" When income is entirely consumed by expenses, the capacity to build an emergency fund, invest for the long term, or support a child's education vanishes. This creates a financial trap, where one earns enough to survive, but never enough to thrive. Proactively choosing to live below your means breaks this cycle by generating active savings. This financial cushion provides a safety net against unforeseen events, like job loss or medical emergencies. More importantly, it serves as the foundation for strategic wealth building, such as investing or purchasing adequate insurance to protect family assets. Beyond the tangible benefits, this lifestyle offers profound mental freedom. Liberated from the anxiety of credit card debt and the pressure to keep up appearances, money ceases to be a source of constant stress and becomes a tool for intentional living. Studies affirm that financial happiness stems not from excessive spending, but from disciplined management. The Japanese embody this by prioritizing necessity, durability, and true value over fleeting trends and impulsive purchases, a hallmark of mature financial thinking. Ultimately, living below your means is not about deprivation, it is about intentionality. It means distinguishing needs from wants, repairing instead of replacing, and finding joy in experiences rather than possessions. This philosophy reduces financial risk, fosters peace of mind, and empowers you to invest in what truly matters: health, family, and a secure retirement. It is not about living with less, but about living wisely, building a stable present and a lasting legacy for the future.
Habit 2. Save first, spend later. One of the most powerful financial principles, deeply embedded in Japanese culture, is the non-negotiable rule: save first, spend later. This isn't just advice, it's a systematic practice. The moment income arrives, a predetermined portion is immediately allocated to savings or investments, long before daily expenses are considered. This approach directly counters the common Western habit of saving whatever remains after all bills are paid, a method that often leaves little to nothing for the future. The Japanese don't rely on fluctuating willpower. Instead, they build automated financial systems, a practice often called paying yourself first. This simple, automatic transfer of funds secures their long-term goals without requiring constant deliberation. For middle-aged individuals entering a more stable financial phase, adopting this system is transformative. Automatically setting aside 10 to 20% of each paycheck breaks the cycle of living from one salary to the next and builds a foundation for significant goals like retirement, children's education, or wealth-generating investments. The true power of this discipline lies not in the amount saved, but in the financial control it establishes. It systematically prevents lifestyle inflation, the phenomenon where expenses rise to meet income, leaving high earners feeling perpetually broke. By prioritizing savings, you build a resilient financial cushion, providing security against unexpected events and eliminating the anxiety of living on the edge. This proactive stance fosters confidence and the freedom to make choices unburdened by financial stress. Crucially, this habit is about discipline, not income level. The Japanese have quietly built generational wealth through consistent small contributions over time. They don't wait until they are rich to start saving. They make saving an integral part of their routine. Starting with even 5% or 10% can compound into a significant sum over a decade, creating a meaningful financial legacy. Ultimately, saving first isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. It's a small, deliberate action that reclaims control over your future, reduces dependency, and ensures that years of hard work translate into lasting security. By making this principle the first step in your financial process, you move from merely earning a living to intentionally building a life of freedom and stability.
Habit 3. Long-term investing, not chasing quick wins. In a world saturated with buy now, sell fast advice, the Japanese embrace a starkly different approach: long-term, disciplined investing. They shun speculative fads and emotional decision-making, instead favoring sustainable channels like real estate, government bonds, and stable blue-chip stocks. This approach is more than a strategy, it's a philosophy rooted in the understanding that true wealth is built through consistent accumulation over time, not by chasing market jackpots. This patient mindset has enabled countless families to preserve their financial foundation through economic storms. This long-term perspective is particularly crucial for middle-aged individuals planning for retirement. At this life stage, the primary goal shifts from maximizing short-term gains to a more defensive posture: preserve capital and generate stable income. Pouring money into high-risk, volatile assets can be catastrophic, potentially derailing a financial future with a single misstep. Long-term investing, by contrast, minimizes risk while allowing the power of compound interest to work its magic steadily and reliably. The benefits extend beyond financial returns to profound peace of mind. By focusing on assets with intrinsic value, investors are liberated from the need to obsessively monitor market fluctuations and the anxiety of FOMO, fear of missing out. This fosters clarity and stability, essential qualities when financial mistakes carry heavier consequences. You are no longer reacting to market noise, but executing a deliberate plan. At its core, this philosophy is about building a legacy, not just consuming wealth. In Japanese culture, assets are often viewed as a tool to protect family and provide for future generations, a stark contrast to the modern culture of instant gratification. As Warren Buffett noted, time is the friend of a wonderful business. The most financially secure individuals are rarely the luckiest. They are the most consistent. They stick to a plan and let time amplify their efforts. Therefore, for anyone seeking a safe and effective strategy for life's next chapter, long-term investing is indispensable. It doesn't demand expert knowledge, but it does require a clear plan, the discipline to follow it, and the patience to let it mature. This is how you transform years of hard work into lasting security and freedom, building a rock-solid future, one consistent step at a time.
Habit 4. Passing down financial habits across generations. One of the most powerful reasons Japanese families are able to sustain long-term wealth isn't how much money they make, it's how they teach their children to manage it. Unlike in many Western households, where money remains a sensitive or even taboo topic, Japanese families treat financial education as an essential part of raising a child. From an early age, Japanese children are given simple financial responsibilities, managing allowance money, tracking spending, or saving up for something they really want. These seemingly small tasks are in fact powerful lessons in discipline and financial responsibility. Japanese parents don't wait until their children are adults to talk about money. They weave it into daily life, naturally building strong, healthy habits that stick. The benefit of this approach is clear. Children grow up understanding the value of money. They learn how to save, avoid impulsive spending, and make thoughtful financial choices once they begin earning their own income. As adults, they inherit not just assets, but a mindset for how to protect and grow those assets. This is a crucial gap in many middle-class American families. We work hard for decades to build wealth, yet if we don't pass on the financial knowledge that sustains it, all that effort can be lost in just one generation. There's a saying, the first generation creates wealth, the second preserves it, the third spends it. The real reason behind this isn't the stock market, it's the lack of financial education passed down at home. Japanese families counter this risk by making money a part of everyday family culture. They involve their children in financial discussions, budget together at the grocery store, and work toward shared savings goals as a household. These acts don't require deep investment expertise, just intention and consistency. Over time, they create a solid foundation for multi-generational financial success. For middle-aged Americans planning to transfer assets to the next generation, instilling sound financial habits is just as valuable as the inheritance itself. A large estate in the hands of someone unprepared to manage it is like a house without a foundation. In contrast, a child raised with strong financial values can take even modest assets and multiply them with care and purpose. What's more, sharing financial wisdom can strengthen family bonds. When you teach your children or grandchildren how to budget, save, or invest, you're not just giving them tools, you're passing on life values, patience, restraint, long-term vision. These are the qualities that help them thrive in a world filled with financial noise and temptation. You don't need a formal classroom or to be a financial expert to start. Simple actions like showing how you create a monthly budget, sharing a financial mistake you once made, or encouraging your kids to track their spending can plant the seeds. Most importantly, don't wait until your kids are old enough to teach them about money. The earlier you start, the deeper the habit takes root, and financial habits, once formed, often last a lifetime. The Japanese don't just pass down wealth, they pass down financial thinking. That's how their children quietly continue the legacy of prosperity. And that's also the most enduring legacy you can build for your own family, starting today.
Habit 5. Avoiding consumer debt. Save first, buy later. In Japanese financial culture, a sacred principle prevails. Do not borrow for consumption. This stands in stark contrast to many Western societies where consumer debt has become a quiet epidemic. While the Japanese practice a disciplined save first, buy later approach, many middle-aged Americans are burdened by thousands of dollars in high-interest credit card debt, effectively paying a steep premium on everyday purchases and slowly eroding their financial freedom. The Japanese avoid this trap by adhering to a simple but powerful philosophy. If you cannot pay for it outright, you cannot afford it yet. Instead of succumbing to instant gratification, they exercise patience, planning, and saving for purchases. This habit not only shields them from the stress of monthly repayments, but also cultivates responsible consumption and preserves their most valuable asset, financial autonomy. When your income isn't being siphoned off to service loans, you are free to build real wealth through savings and investments. This debt-averse strategy is one of the most effective forms of risk management for those approaching retirement. Living debt-free drastically reduces the risk of personal bankruptcy, a threat that looms large for many in their 50s and 60s who carry balances into their later years. Beyond the numbers, the lifestyle offers profound peace of mind.
It liberates you from the anxiety of monthly statements and restores a sense of control over your financial destiny, a feeling no credit-fueled purchase can replicate. This approach is not about leading a joyless, frugal life. It is about strategic delayed gratification. It involves choosing long-term security over short-term indulgence, a mindset that aligns perfectly with the priorities of midlife. By reducing risk and spending with intention, every dollar you earn works to build a stable future rather than pay for a fleeting past. If your finances feel constrained by consumer loans, it may be time to adopt this principle. By choosing to save before you spend, you shift from working to pay off debt to working to build a legacy. This is the foundation for a future free from worry, rich in freedom, and ready for a truly secure retirement.
Habit 6. Simplify your life. Stop chasing material things. In today's world where advertising is everywhere and consumerism has become more of a lifestyle than a necessity, many people fall into the trap of buying to feel successful or happy. But in Japan, a country known for its high standard of living, it's common to walk into a home that's neat, uncluttered, and intentionally simple. The Japanese embrace the philosophy of less is more. They don't chase material possessions. Instead, they prioritize quality over quantity and buy only what is truly necessary. Rather than collecting trendy gadgets or fast fashion, they choose a few well-made, durable items that serve a long-term purpose. This minimalist approach reflects not only their aesthetic sense, but also a smart financial strategy. By living simply, they avoid wasteful spending on fleeting wants, like the latest fashion trends, overpriced home decor, or tech devices that will become outdated in a year. Instead of pouring money into image and appearance, they redirect their resources toward lasting values, education, experiences, health, or building real assets for the future. For middle-aged Americans who are often in a more stable financial phase, but still face immense social pressure to spend, adopting Japan's minimalist mindset could lead to a life that is calmer, more intentional, and more financially controlled. When you're no longer driven by the urge to own more, you gain the freedom to make wiser financial decisions. The benefits go beyond money. Living simply eases mental stress. You stop comparing yourself to neighbors with new cars or feeling like you're falling behind because you don't have the latest phone. Instead, your focus shifts to what truly matters: your health, your family, and peace of mind. Minimalism also frees up resources that can be redirected towards saving or supporting loved ones, rather than being locked into spending on things that don't create lasting value. Many people don't realize until retirement that they've spent tens of thousands of dollars on items they barely use, money that could have been invested in retirement funds, health care, or left as a legacy for their children. One powerful concept from Japanese culture is danshari, which roughly translates to refuse, discard, and detach. It's more than just decluttering. It's about clearing your mind and financial life of things that no longer serve your true values. That's why many Japanese maintain a balanced lifestyle with minimal debt and greater resilience during economic downturns. If your life feels overloaded, not just with stuff, but also with spending, financial pressure, and family responsibilities, minimalism might be the key to starting fresh. You don't have to change everything at once. Start by prioritizing quality over quantity, cutting out non-essentials, and redefining what enough truly means for you. Because when you live with less, you gain so much more. More time, more freedom, and more opportunities to build a strong, lasting financial foundation for the future.
Habit 7. Prioritize asset protection, insurance, wills, and estate planning. While many people focus on earning and investing money, the Japanese take a deeper, more holistic approach. They believe protecting your assets is just as important, if not more so, than gilding them. That's why in Japanese financial culture, preparing insurance, writing wills, and having a clear estate plan are considered essential pillars of personal finance. In Japan, it's common to find families who aren't necessarily wealthy, yet have meticulously organized long-term financial plans. They don't wait until old age or a health crisis to think about life insurance or writing a will. Instead, they act early, purchasing life and health insurance and clearly outlining how their assets will be passed down. This approach offers three powerful financial advantages. First, life and health insurance protect the family from being financially devastated by medical emergencies. Second, a legally sound will and estate plan help avoid painful disputes, conflicts that have torn many families apart. Third, a well-structured estate plan can significantly reduce inheritance taxes, ensuring more of your wealth actually reaches your loved ones. For middle-aged Americans, especially those nearing retirement, this habit is not just helpful, it's critical. Statistics show that millions lack a clear estate plan, leaving their assets vulnerable to delays, legal battles, or unnecessary tax burdens. In many cases, families fall into conflict simply because proper planning was never done, conflict that could have been avoided by learning from Japan's cautious and disciplined approach. Asset protection is also one of the most meaningful ways to show love and responsibility toward your family. Instead of leaving behind confusion or legal chaos, you provide a clear roadmap, one that enables your loved ones to manage, grow, and benefit from what you've built. And perhaps one of the most underrated benefits: peace of mind. Knowing that your family is financially protected, your will is in place, and your estate plan is set, allows you to relax. You can enjoy life more fully, focus on your health, and prepare for retirement with confidence, not anxiety. This habit is also a foundational step toward generational wealth. Earning money is hard. Keeping it and ensuring it endures across generations is even harder. The Japanese understand this, and they act early to preserve wealth, pass it on, and teach their children financial responsibility. If you don't yet have life insurance, a will, or a clear financial plan for your family, now is the perfect time to start. Don't wait for the right moment, because life's unexpected turns rarely come with a warning. Think of this as a gift to your loved ones, a silent act of love and foresight that will protect them long after you're gone. Wealth isn't about risk. It's built on consistent, intentional habits. Start your journey today with one small change, like automating savings or cutting an expense. You don't need to do everything at once. If this video helped, please like, subscribe, and share this message of sustainable financial wisdom. Let's help others build wealth quietly, but with strength and intention, one small step at a time.